Greetings everyone, and welcome to Keeping Up with Papa Life After Work, where we learn how one man manages to keep himself busy, physically active, and mentally engaged after retirement with projects. Today's project, it kind of falls into that busy category. I'm going to be doing a little bit of public service work on the road nearby. We live on a dirt road down around that curve not too far from here. It's grown up really badly and it needs to be taken care of because you really can't see well when you're getting ready to go around the curve. So a neighbor and myself, we're going to spend an hour or two cleaning that up. Check it out. Court-ordered community service. There's no orange.
You gotta take it to the
Oh, and by the way, this was a $30.
You gotta take it to the lake. Oh yeah.
Here over to that sharp part. Welcome back, and a little bit of backstory for you. Now, as previously mentioned, we live on a dirt road, and there's a lot of foliage on either side of the dirt road that tends to grow up and get thick. And every great now and then it needs to be cut back. Well, I don't think the county has done that in some 20 years, and we could of course give them a call and ask them to come out and cut it back for us. But they have a tendency to bring out heavy equipment and get a little bit heavy-handed with it, and I prefer not to have that happen. So myself and a neighbor are going down to do some cleanup work on the curve. Honestly, I don't think this will take us more than an hour, hour and a half. And we have all the necessary equipment to get it cleaned up nice and pretty so you can see around the curve when you're driving up close to it. This is my work rig for around the property. Now, I used to have a Polaris Ranger, and I loved the Ranger with one exception. It was quite noisy, and after a while I just kind of got tired of it. Now, my wife had a golf cart which she used, which was this one. So what I did was I bought her a brand new golf cart, and I took her old golf cart and rigged it up for work around the property, and it works pretty well. I'm very pleased with it for the most part. All the trimming gear is loaded in place. Let me run over and pick up the neighbor, and let's get started. Well, this is it. I think you have an idea what our problem is. And by the way, notice I did not say community service, meaning court-ordered community service. There's no orange jumpsuit here. I'm just doing service for the area, for the locals. That's it. I'm not doing it specifically because the judge told me to. Giving ourselves a little bit of work space so we can get up here and get these vines without being completely covered with ticks. Someone gave me this recently just for this type of an application where I might use local. Let's see if it works or not. I'm betting it might get through 20 cuts before it passes away. Oh, and by the way, this was a $30 Temu purchase. These are called beautyberry. They're actually a plant that's sold in local nurseries, but they also grow like crazy out here wild. They're native to the area. chain came off already.
Did it really?
Yeah. This is camphor. Camphor is a big time invasive in Florida. Beautiful tree, grows super fast, very invasive. I expect you can see how potentially dangerous this is. You really cannot see around this curve at all. Many times I've been coming back and I take my time and hug the sides. I've been almost pushed into the bushes by cars coming around this corner fast. It's a dead-end road. Everybody knows about it, but they still take advantage and just speed and ride in the middle. The other thing is deer. We have a lot of deer through here, and this is a favorite run-through area for them to cut across from one side of the road to the other. I've never seriously hit one, but I've clipped one before. Or I guess I should say it clipped me. This is hickory. This is a slash pine. They're planted pines across the street over in an area where they planted pines and sold them for years. So they've kind of populated in other areas. They grow really fast and they've used a lot for pulpwood paper. I'm debating whether I need to cut that out or not. Yeah, it can go. But that's really about as far back as we need to go. Much better already. This is not necessary, but I'm going to do it anyway. A lot of this, if I really want to, I can get the Kubota tractor back there and cut it with the belly mower. Brian has a pole trimmer. I've left the lights on the golf cart for visibility in case somebody comes around the corner. They'll maybe see us. We had a neighbor who passed away in his 80s. He was also a circuit court judge, and he lived in this area his entire life, or at least owned property here. At the time, I would drag the road to get the rough washboard off of it. And he and I were talking one day when I was doing that, and he was telling me that when he was a young man, it was the responsibility of the people living on a road like this to maintain it. The county didn't have the facilities to do it at the time. So this is kind of a throwback to that. If you want the hedge trimmers, you can just cut right through that. Yeah, you're probably right. Brian scooted up around the corner to get some trees that are hanging down low. The UPS man will appreciate that. You know, I'm just shy of being able to get this with the Kubota tractor, like the belly mower, which I mentioned earlier. I could get up top here and do that, or I could even turn up the hill and mow. I don't know. This works fine. A lot is done, and it looks much better. But right through there, there's still a pretty good blind spot, and the fence is way back over here, so we could clear all the way up to the fence. Might just do that. It's a bad time to run out of string. So this Ego string trimmer is really fantastic with a couple of exceptions. One is it's hard to get. You thread about 16 feet of cable onto it or string onto it at one time, and you have to get it to go from this side to the other side, and it never wants to do it. And then it doesn't want to load. It's got an auto load system, which is really kind of cool, which worked great when it was brand new, but it doesn't work so well now. It's funny, last time I did this, it just went very smoothly. Today, it does not want to go in there. Well, here's why it wouldn't load. It still had string in it. It just popped out. Geez. See if I can get it back in. Now, I think what I need to do is just pull it all out and reload it. In the meantime, Brian's down there with the big pole saw doing some trimming. All right. Okay. Wow. So at that point you get your 2 links equivalent. That's pretty darn close. And then you're supposed to just be able to press this button and it winds up. Well, it doesn't do it. It just kind of gets stuck. And then I have to figure out every time what it is that makes it work. It just spins. That doesn't do me any good at all. Last time I figured out the trick. That's it right there. Again, you shouldn't have to do that, but it works. You get it just in the right spot. Right there. Okay. Back in business. After 15 minutes. Looks like he enjoyed using that pole saw. Got a lot cut. Great. Got one pine tree here that needs to go. guess I should have yelled timber. From this end up to the actual sharp part of the curve, looks absolutely fantastic. And from here over to that sharp part of the curve also looks fantastic. Really cannot do any better than that without getting back behind the fence. So that's a big help right there, huge help. Well, that's it, another project completed. I'm back at the house. I have dropped off all my tools and put them away. Gone and got myself cleaned up, and I'm ready to move on to something else, which most likely involves that orange thing back there behind me. As usual, questions and comments and, of course, advice are welcome. And please remember to hit that subscribe button. And I'll see you next time on Keeping Up with Papa, Life After Work. Papa out.